it's Kictor. Who is this man and why did the fandom fall in love with him? Speaking as someone who fell in love with him myself, I can tell you exactly why. Look at him! He is so freaking cute!
But first, really quick, I've got a sale going on in my shop right now. Use code Shizen at Kictor.shop on my new merch, Notice Me Shizen, which is perfect for a Lobingha or Moran cosplay. This code also works on my other merch. Be sure to check them out. Buying my merch really helps support my channel, and it's a great way to get some fandom-inspired style. That's code Shizen at Kictor.shop.
I honestly do have to say that it was the English dub that made me extra charmed to him.
Slow down! Your Highness, how do you expect to enter the palace without your medallion? It's not that hard.
I thought his voice stuck out in such a charming little charismatic way. I literally rewound the clip like 9 times just to listen to what he said because it was so much fun hearing the background voices in English.
You ascended hundreds
Of course,
years ago, you know
of all
better.
the crown princes in heaven,
Now keep
I'm
it
not the
with
one anyone wants.
So this guy, he is pretty much a Donghua only character. His existence in the book was pretty much just for the joke that Shelian thought someone was calling his name, only for it to be revealed that it was actually His Highness Lan Chenchou and not His Highness himself. Your Highness! Shelian was amazed at the call and thought whoever had dared address him truly had commendable courage. But when he turned his head to look, the junior official that called for that highness rushed past him and ran towards someone farther ahead. He called as he ran, "Honestly, your highness, how could you forget your identity medallion when heading to the Palace of Divine Might? How would you even get in?" Only then did it dawn on Shelian. Of course, the address, your highness, wasn't directed at him. There were quite a few crown princes in the heavens, so some confusion on this matter wasn't anything unusual. Then it's basically Shelian describing Lan Chenchou, and he's brought up once more.
But it's exactly what happens in the show. He just keeps pushing Lan Chenchou to get to the palace on time.
And that's it. However, the Donghua made him such a rich little partner for Lan Chenchou throughout his entire childhood even. During the Fangshan Guoshi arc, the Donghua team actually added in a few scenes that aren't exactly in the book to get the complicated history of Shanla and Yong'an in this specific timeline across to the viewers in a concise way. And this little guy ended up being in a lot of the flashbacks. So who is this little guy? Perhaps there's not any more info in the book about him, but the Donghua kind of fleshed him out into a whole character of his own. Except he doesn't even have a name. According to the credits, he's just listed as Lan Chenchou's imperial bodyguard. The fandom and even his English voice actor have begun affectionately calling him Little Guy, and other members of the fandom have gone above and beyond and have named him Xiao Meng Yu. If you go on Archive of Our Own, there's actually a category of the slash ship with him and Lan Chenchou now, using this name. So not only is he a super cutie, but he's also so right and just. He was there by Lan Chenchou's side, even when they were little kids, under the mentorship of Shelian's Fangshan Guoshi. And while I don't believe he personally was directly tutored under him, he definitely was around and got lots of life lessons from Shelian. And he promises to Shelian to not let Lan Chenchou forget and remember to serve his people right, no matter where they're from, which is a gigantic thematic point of this whole arc. After the Gilded Banquet, he was one of the people defending Shanla, despite being from Yong'an himself. After the higher-ups wanted to perform a genocide, blaming all of Shanla for the attack on Lan Chenchou's parents, he said that Yong'an and Shanla's history was in the past, and reminded everyone that under the current state policy, Yong'an and Shanla had officially reconciled, and everything was clearly improving. And when the Yong'an higher-ups even persisted and said that this was interfering, he clarified and doubled down and said this is what the Emperor wanted: peace between Yong'an and Shanla. He even goes on to clarify that he didn't want people to think that the Fangshan Guoshi was from Shanla just because he participated in the Gilded Banquet. Anyways, back to the important bits. This boy is giving such boy next door vibes. The sweetie who is absolutely head over heels in love with his best friend, secretly longing for the main character in his life, being the Crown Prince Lan Chenchou. The ship elements are incredible, even in the short screen time that he has. In the modern timeline, we see that he's very caring and diligent and comfortable around Lan Chenchou to be shoving him as his junior official. And since he's up in heaven with Lan Chenchou, that means when Lan Chenchou ascended, he brought him up with him, just like how Shelian did with Fengxian and Mu Qing, who are both in love with him. I'm just kidding. I mean, maybe. So they're tight. They've been close for literal centuries. And seeing how innocent and pure they were before the Gilded Banquet is honestly so cute and special. They experienced that breakthrough in the different cultures together.
They've always had a passion for painting and calligraphy, and they excel in music too. I should have come here sooner. There's a lot to learn.
And that helped shape who they are today and what happened in this absolutely convoluted history that was the story of the Fangshan Guoxi arc. And also, he was a part of Lan Zhenqiu's secret birthday mission to get his mom that hairpin that she never ended up receiving. He was even there when Lan Zhenqiu buried Xilian. I mean, maybe he needed someone to help drag the body into that cave. But I could see that as being something deeply private Lan Zhenqiu wanted to do, driving that stake into Xilian's body. But nope, his little guy was there. You just can't help but love a diligent sidekick that stares at his hero with such love in his eyes. Like this shot of him looking at Lan Zhenqiu while he's sleeping. How many times do you think he's done that? Anyway, these two are just laced with trauma, and so if you like hurt comfort, the possibilities are endless. I really think this ship has so much potential for juiciness, and the fandom has already run with it. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I've been in the TGCF fandom since 2020, and I think Lan Zhenqiu is one of the fandom's least memorable or least favorite characters. Because one, of what he did to Xilian, and kind of disliking him in an immature way just because he hurt your favorite. And also, there's not really anyone around to ship him with. Which really helps keep characters alive in a fandom. Basically, lots of people just kind of view him as this sad and angry character that got mixed up in a convoluted history. He's definitely not nearly as popular as other side characters like Pei Ming, and even less so popular than Shuai Zhen and Yin Yu. And so, E equals MC squared, giving Lan Zhenqiu a little guy to ship with elevates him in the fandom, and people begin to like Lan Zhenqiu a little bit more. The power that fangirls have, just because a little guy was thrown into the equation, the fandom can fill in so many gaps before that maybe they didn't even care about now that there is a slightly romantic or shippable scenario that could take place. Beautiful creations can come out of this. There is amazing fan art.
Like, look at him blushing, and Your Highness, we shouldn't, following after him. Oh my gosh, I just love this art so much. And look at him here, falling asleep on him. I'm completely undone.
I just think we are in such a creative and beautiful fandom. I definitely ship this. I think it's fun, and I'm just excited to see more. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you love this little guy, give this video a like and click subscribe if you like TGCF, because it is all I pretty much talk about. Also, I've just made new merch that should come in time for Valentine's Day. This is my new design, Notice Me, Shizun. You can click the link to my shop down below if you'd like to pick one up. This could be great for a Lo Binghe cosplay or a Moran cosplay. So buying my merch really helps support my channel. Check it out. I've got some other fandom inspired stuff. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!